Let's talk about something we almost never talk about openly in social dancing: jealousy. Not the dramatic movie like jealousy, but the subtle kind that shows up on the dance floor. The feeling you get when your dance partner starts dancing with someone else, when a beginner improves faster than you, when your friend gets more dances at the social than you, when your favorite lead or follow chooses someone better. If you've been dancing a social dance like salsa, bachata, zouk, kizomba, or a different one for any amount of time, I'm sure you've felt it, even if you don't want to admit it. And today I want to normalize the conversation, because jealousy exists in social dancing, not because we are immature, but because dancing is intimate, expressive, and deeply human. Social dancing combines a few very powerful elements: physical closeness, emotional expression, connection, music, and visibility. And visibility is key. Especially in bachata and zouk, the dance connection can feel almost intimate. There is eye contact, close embrace, flow, even breathing together. So there are a few different kinds of jealousy that we can encounter and feel on the dance floor, and let's talk about them now. The first one is partner jealousy, I would say most common one. So this happens when your romantic partner dances with others, and even if you want to feel cool about it, it's not always so easy. So we are always taught that it is really good to dance with other people because it helps us grow dancing skills much faster, and it is good, it is great, but it is not always emotionally easy for the couples. And feeling jealousy doesn't make us possessive or toxic, it actually makes us human. Another situation which generates jealousy is when there is a couple, and in the couple one person is very much involved in dancing and the other is not, and simply refuses to take up this hobby and is simply not interested in dancing, because as hard as it might be for me to imagine, not dancing is not everyone's cup of tea. So then the partner might find it really difficult to accept long hours spent on socials, on classes, late nights, congresses abroad, weekends abroad. So it is actually quite understandable that it is really tough to accept it. And also there is the issue of physical closeness, which is not that easy to accept. And also we, people who are dancers, we are involved in dancing, we are kind of accustomed to certain moves and we know they do not really mean anything. But for a person like from the outside who is really not involved in dancing, these moves may look very, very intimate, for instance in bachata, sensual. So it is tough. It is tough to accept it, to fully accept the situation that your partner goes out and dances and has such close dances with other people. So obviously the best solution would be to involve your partner in dancing and maybe find a different style. Perhaps it's not bachata sensual, maybe zouk, maybe tango, maybe a completely different style. But if not, what needs to be had is an honest conversation about the needs, about the boundaries, and figuring out certain compromise. And it's really important to understand what is really at the core of the issue. What is really at the core of the problem? What is it? Is it the late nights which are unacceptable? Is it the weekends away? And then maybe it will be possible to find some compromise, perhaps choose some socials which start earlier. Sometimes they exist, perhaps skip the weekends away, or maybe even find a way that you could go together on the congress and maybe spend at least some of this time together and participate only in some kind of classes. So there are a number of solutions which can be found if the people really want to. And there is attention and popularity jealousy. Some people are always asked at the socials, some sit a lot, some are admired, some are considered great dancers, others not necessarily. Some get admitted to those close, advanced, supermaster groups. Some feel rejected. and suddenly dancing stops being a joy. Something that was supposed to be a great pastime, to spend your time, to relax and to have fun, becomes another area of competition. And this is where the comparison kills the passion, kills your joy. Yes, sometimes it seems to me that there is more competition and there is bigger rat race in the dance community than actually at work. And I work in a large corporation, so it seems a bit funny to me. And what makes this emotion even more complicated and more difficult to swallow is that we are actually ashamed of this jealousy. Dance communities are often promoted, they promote the idea that dance is about freedom, it's about great community, spending time together. There is no ego in dance. This is all just about fun and friendship. We are all equal on the dance floor, apparently. Beautiful ideas, but not always realistic. So when jealousy does appear, we may start thinking, I shouldn't actually feel it. I'm not evolved enough. I'm ruining the vibe. But ignoring jealousy won't make it disappear. I think it's the worst when you start feeling it towards the people you genuinely like towards your friends who are, for example, progressing faster than you, or like in the context of choreography groups. Some of them are always chosen for the more front, prominent position, and you are at the back. And you feel so bad for being jealous because you love these people, so it makes it even more tough to handle. And actually sometimes jealousy can become quite toxic in dance environment. So it becomes really unhealthy when, for example, you want to control your partner, you want to control who he dances with, you start gossiping about other dancers, and there is too much competition and the focus is on who is better rather than on your growth. So it may result in cliques, exclusion, it affects everyone. So let's talk about the solution, how to deal with jealousy. So step number 1, and I think the most important one, is simply to admit it and to accept it. Okay, I'm feeling jealous. I'm feeling jealous of my friends. I'm feeling jealous of someone I can see dancing or being more popular. And just admit it to yourself and accept it. I think this in itself reduces the grip. So this is the most important step, I believe. Second step, a really important one, is separating your own self-esteem, the self-worth from your level of dancing, because actually when you think about this is quite ridiculous. Like, this is just the level of dancing, this is just popularity. So being asked to dance less doesn't make you a less valuable human being. If someone is improving faster, it doesn't mean that you are failing, you have a different learning curve. I know it's a cliche that everyone learns at a different pace, but this is very true. Even with learning to ride a bike or learning a foreign language, everyone learns differently, and we just need to accept it and just separate it from how we feel about ourselves. That dancing is not a scoreboard, even though it may feel like this. And step number 3 is about communication, and this regards this partner jealousy, because communication, as usual, is key. So I think it's important to talk about the expectations and not the rules, not to try to control anyone, but just to talk about the feelings and expectations. And of course, communicate starting with I feel insecure, for example, if you dance with someone in such a way, for example. So this is honesty, this is my perspective, not control. And I'm sure you will be able, I'm not sure, hopefully you will be able to figure out a system, a way that will work for you. Because for each couple, it's a different system. Some couples just dance some dances together and then they, for instance, start dancing in separate places on the dance floor so that they do not really watch each other too much, they do not feel controlled, but they give each other some space. And I know some couples for which it works really, really beautifully. Final thoughts. Jealousy in social dancing is not a failure of character, It's a sign that you care, that you're invested, that dancing matters to you, and actually it's a sign that you're human. So the goal is not to try to eliminate jealousy, but to try to kind of dance with it without letting it lead you. So if this topic resonated with you, you're definitely not alone. I think this is something we all feel. And I'm curious, do you have any thoughts? Do you think jealousy is a common thing on the dance floor? Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you on the dance floor. Bye.